So it's early in the morning. First thing I do is check my worm orders or any other order I have. And I start getting the supplies ready to ship. My worms have been shipping like crazy, except I am not shipping my African night crawlers for now. I did get some shipments out, but it hit 19 degrees here in Indiana, so I am not doing that. So we're gonna do that, and this is like one of the first things I do. So people have been asking me, like, what do you do as a worm farmer? You try to balance everything. Now, everything is about balance. You know, I also work outside the house. So right now I'm on pirate ship, and I'm going to import my orders, and I see what I have to harvest. So I'm going to go get that ready. I'm ready to go. I'll bring you with me. Breakfast of champs, guys. Breakfast of champs. So now I come in my worm room here, and I'm gonna separate some European night crawlers. Someone bought a pound of them on eBay, and someone bought about 105 to 110 of them on eBay. But I always ship out, like, it's actually 100 to 105, but I always ship out like 110 to 119. I always send out extra worms just to be generous, because, you know, people are kind enough to buy from me. Why not get a little extra? So I'm going to do that. And what I do now is I turn on my TV and I catch up on all my worm people. And I have my little thing here where I'm going to clean all the worms off, and then my scale, and I'm going to get that going. So I count out the worms myself. 4, 5. I just do. So this is 105, so I always give a few extra. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, 17, 18. Let's go for 19, 20. There they are, 19, 20. Okay. So that's 120 worms, and I'm going to clean them up and get them ready for shipping. So this is what 120 European night crawlers look like. With my little brush, I was able to brush off the castings. This is like as clean as I'm going to get them. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take about 2 quarts of peat moss and put it on top and mix them in, and mix them until they're well coated. Now, a little trick I learned from another worm farmer is you take a little bit of their bedding and you mix it in there. He says it works. He's been shipping worms for like 30 years. I don't know the reason, but if it works for him, it works for me. And so far, I have had good luck with all my worms. So these are ready to go. Someone ordered 100 to 105 euros. I'm sending them 120. I always put a little thank you, a little happy face. I don't know. Something like that. So now I'm going to get my next order ready. So I just brush the edges off, and then I wait a few minutes. I wait for them to go down. And then I just keep taking off the top, the sides. Using a brush like this, it's not a hard brush. It's soft, so it's very gentle on them. It's not one of those really hard brushes. That would pinch them, and I don't like that. So these are like really soft. Joe got this for me, of course. And it helps my hands, you know. But when I start taking the stuff off of them, I start seeing how beautiful they are. And look at them. They're like, ah! I believe these are going to, I can't remember, either Georgia or South Carolina. I have all the information pulled up on my computer. So I have to do a few of these today. And today is Sunday. So they're gonna ship out tomorrow. Okay guys, here are the worms. They're more than a pound. I'm gonna clean them up and then weigh them again, pack them in peat moss, and they're ready to go. Look at all these European nightcrawler cocoons. Wow, that is a lot, and they're all buried in there. There's hundreds. So these cocoons are gonna go in the nursery to grow up and become more worms. Look how big that one is compared to some of the others. I wonder if there's 4 babies in here. Another trip to the post office. This is every day. I'm running to the post office to ship worms. Yay! It is freezing here in southern Indiana, I will say. My car says it's 26. So I did ship some African nightcrawlers, but I put a heat pack in their box and they went to California and they did okay. But I'm gonna stop shipping them until March. So, all right, next thing on my way home. So driving home now from shipping worms. I'm shipping worms almost daily, and I'm also shipping books and makeup at my other eBay store, which I don't know if I've told you guys about. It's called Hey Beautiful, and the reason I named it that is because that's what my husband calls me. So anyway, I'm on my way home. I have a class at 1 o'clock. That's another thing you guys don't know about me. I go to school online. I just want to further my education because I like learning new things. Anyway, I'm off work today, so I do work part-time outside the house, which I absolutely love. And I think I'm gonna grab some lunch at home and then get working on my laptop and everything. You know, every once in a while, that was a nice Corvette, but every once in a while, like a Ferrari will pass me, and I'm like, why does people here have a Ferrari? Anyway, I'm back in my neighborhood, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. So remember when I told you that some of my European nightcrawler eggs have more than one baby? Look. Yep, 4 of them came out. It seems like the smaller eggs in here are the ones that have the 4. Like, let me get a smaller egg. Like this one. That's a smaller one compared to, let me find one of the others. Compared to this one. Look at the difference in size. And I don't know why. They're European nightcrawlers, everybody in here. But the big one seems to have 1 big baby. That one. And this one has 4 small ones. I have no idea. So after I check what orders I have to fill, I get all that done. And today is, the heck day is today? Tuesday and Fridays. I check the worms and I feed them. I like to feed them twice a week. If I check them and they still have food, then I wait for the next feeding day. So right now, we're gonna feed my breeders. Obviously, I'm not gonna tell you every single ingredient of my worm chow because I sell it. But this is the basic recipe that I've made a video about. So I start with the amount of worms that I have with, see this 2.5 quarts? I do it 3 times, so that's about 7.5 quarts of peat moss. So we're gonna get this dampened up and then we're gonna add the rest of the ingredients. So I had given these red wigglers a banana, and the bedding is dry on the edges, so I have to wet it, and it's molded, but look underneath. Oh my gosh, look at them. And I want to show you something else. You see those little white worms on the banana? So those are pot worms. They are not baby worms. A baby worm will be pink in color, and these are white. So they're not baby worms, just so you guys know. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push them aside a little bit. Sorry guys. Aren't they precious? And then I'm gonna bury the banana a little bit. And that way they'll devour it a little faster. So they're so cute. I mean, they're a tiny worm, but they have huge appetites. Strange, right? For being so little. Anyway, I have my worm food fixed here. I do it in this because I do it in a large quantity so that I could feed everybody. And I just go bin by bin. I wet everything down if it needs it. I put a scoop of that, cover it, and move on to the next one. So it's all like a process, you know. And I watch all my worm videos while I do this. So I'm gonna keep going. So I'm up to the African night crawlers, and look at that. I turned it over and look at this. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna start shipping them again in March. They're gonna be, oh my gosh, there's gonna be so many, it's gonna be crazy. But aren't they gorgeous? Look at them. Look guys. Let me pull this out and get you more light. Look at them red wigglers. They're little guys, but my gosh, do they devour everything. So if you want a composting worm, besides the European nightcrawler, you want something that'll eat faster, these are definitely the guys for you. I don't even know what this was. Oh, I think it was a piece of watermelon I put like 2 days ago, and look what's left. Wow. So I'm gonna keep going here. Yeah, these bins are dry because it's winter and there's a lot of heat down here, and it dries them out a little more. So look how sweet. Joe bought me this magnet for my freezer that I have down here by my office. But look at everything that's listed. It's really nice too. It tells you what they can eat. Feed in moderation. Do not feed. Okay, in my 20 years of worm farming, everything here I think I have done. Please don't follow my example. Because, you know, I experiment a lot, and curiosity kills me. I just want to see what happens. But yeah, do not feed. Yeah, I've broken every rule here. Every rule's been broken. But this is really nice. I really like it. And look, it's not even that small, you know. It's a nice size. So we're going to put it back in here to remind me. No, no, no. So look at the worm room. Once I'm done feeding everybody, doing everything I have to do, look at the mess. I have to clean all this up because I like to leave everything nice and clean. Look down there. So worm farming is definitely a dirty, dirty job. So I'm gonna get to that. I'm back home now, guys. Look how empty the forest looks. It is so cold here, and my garden is sleeping nicely. But I don't know about you, but I like this time of year. I hope you guys are enjoying this in the day of a life of a worm farmer. I'm filming it little by little as I do my things, just so you guys could, I don't know, see what it's like a little bit. Every day is not the exact same thing because obviously I do different things, but this will at least give you some idea. Worm farmers, we work hard. We really do. Is it a nice clean job? Absolutely not. So if you like cleanliness, extreme cleanliness, and you don't like germs, don't be a worm farmer. Anyway, on to my next step.